Swinging traffic lights with no power, trees falling on roads and homes, even a church steeple hanging in the balance. Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us. High winds are causing quite a mess across the Piedmont Triad today. And right now, thousands of people in the Piedmont are without power. As of right now, Duke Energy is reporting more than 12,000 in Guilford County, another 5,500 in Forsyth County, as well as 2,700 in Randolph County, about 1,300 in Stokes, 1,700 in Surrey, and 2,200 in Yadkin County. Joining us live now on the phone is Dave Scanzoni with Duke Energy. Dave, I understand about 42,000 people system-wide are now without power, including your office.
That's right, Julie, though we have some backup generation here because, of course, this is a critical facility. But the good news is we'll have about 535 crew workers in the field moving safely but expeditiously to get power back. But obviously these are strong winds that are not supposed to dissipate till 7 p.m., so we do ask for patience. We also have a phone number to call if your power is out. It's 800-769-3766. And, of course, a reminder, if you see down power lines, please avoid them. They could be live, and it could be dangerous, so please avoid those or any trees that are near those lines, and simply call that number if you see such a situation. Of course, Dave, the big question we're getting here at Fox 8 is when is my power going to be back on? I guess that's hard to tell with the wind being so strong, but what can you tell these folks? We do not have an estimated time of restoration at this point simply because the storm is still upon us in terms of high winds. But we will be moving the resources we need to quickly restore power as we did last weekend with the ice and snow event.
Dave, you said there are about 500 crews out and about right now. How long are they going to be out tonight? Are they going to be out until the wee hours of the morning?
Generally, our crews will work until 9 or 10 o'clock at night as long as the conditions are safe, and then usually back out at 6:30 in the morning. In addition to 535 in the Triad region, we also have an additional 1,100 elsewhere in the state because this did affect this storm much of North Carolina.
And Mr. Scanzoni, one more time, if people have their power out, what phone number should they call?
It's 1-800-769-3766, and that's also 800-POWER-ON.
Mr. Dave Scanzoni, thank you so much for your time.
We are going live now to Fox 8 Sheikah Strickland. She's at the Centenary United Methodist Church on Friendly Avenue in Greensboro, where the church's steeple has started to fall over in these high winds. Sheikah, how long has it looked like this?
Well, about 2:30 church members started noticing this right here. You can actually see on the roof there's a few shingles that are blowing in the wind, but that's the least of this church's problems right now. Shortly after that, some firefighters came out and put caution tape around part of the parking lot, and after that, some church members actually moved their church vans to block part of this parking lot. Now take a listen to what was happening.
Well, I looked up the street and saw the yellow tape going around in the parking lot. I was wondering what was going on and just looked around, looked up and saw the steeple. And I was like, oh my goodness, look at it. Yeah, it surprised me pretty much. Yeah.
Now, this steeple has been here since the early 1980s, and it replaced a steeple that was smaller that the church had. Here's the thing. The chairman of the Board of Trustees says that the steeple that's out here now is actually made of fiberglass, so their concern is if it does fall off, it could fly away anywhere. That's what he told me. Right now, it's creating a lot of attention for people that are going by, as you can see. And they tell me that the steeple is actually above a staircase that winds down into the sanctuary. But right now, they just can't do a whole lot with it. They just have to wait for the winds to die down and hope it doesn't fall. Live in Greensboro, Sheikah Strickland, Fox 8 News.
Yeah, Sheikah, I was going to ask, have they called anyone to come and look at this thing to possibly fix it? But I guess we're just going to have to wait until the wind dies down.
I've seen a few church members out here taking pictures for insurance reasons, and that's why they didn't want to go on camera with us right now. But yeah, I mean, they told me that there's really not a whole lot that they can do. They just have to wait for the wind to die down.
Just stay out of the way. Absolutely. Sheikah, thank you so much.
And of course, those dangerous conditions out there. And of course, we are talking about the wind. Mr. D.
Yeah, look at the flag flapping there in the wind. It's really been blowing outside. Let's get to the numbers and show you what the gusts are right now. Most areas now are closer to 40 miles per hour, in the 30s, 38 at Piedmont Triad Airport, 39 mile per hour gust in Winston-Salem. Up in the mountains, snow is blowing through the air and 41 degrees in Jefferson. Peak wind gusts reported in our area today. Jefferson in the mountains, 60 miles per hour. Boone had a 58 mile per hour gust. Winston-Salem 53, Greensboro 51, along with Lexington. Burlington 48, North Wilkesboro 47, Reidsville 45, and in High Point we just got an update that would put High Point up on the list now, 47 miles per hour in the last 30 minutes. So again, very strong winds out there. And the reason for the winds, I want to show you what's happening on the weather map. First of all, we have high pressure to the west. We have a very intense area of low pressure off to the east. The air, just like releasing a balloon, the air from high pressure blows to the low pressure. The higher the pressure of the high and the lower the pressure of the low, the faster that air moves, and in turn, that wind is what we're seeing blow across the area today. And then on top of that, we got a blizzard warning in the mountains. We'll talk more about that too at 5:15.
Thank you, Van. More wind trouble. A tree fell in front of a school bus as it was heading down Old Julian Road near Wild Turkey Road in the southeastern portion of Guilford County. The driver could not stop in time and the bus slammed into the tree. The driver wasn't hurt. No students were on board. Guilford County is now figuring out how much it will cost to fix the bus. The road, we understand, is open again.
A tree falls onto a house in Winston-Salem and a student inside fortunately walked out unharmed. The house is owned by Wake Forest University. Law students live there and one was home when the tree fell about 12:30 this afternoon. A wind gust blew the tree out of the ground by its roots. University officials are still determining if the house can be repaired, and they are working to find the 3 law students a new place to live. Meantime, in Guilford County, road crews are hard at work clearing trees from the roadways. Fox 8's Brandon Jones joins us live in Greensboro. Brandon, are they making any progress?
They are, Julie, but trees around Guilford County took a beating thanks to Mother Nature. And with this wind advisory in effect, picking up debris tonight won't be easy. Road crews are loading and lifting debris from trees that fell during the recent winter weather on Scalesville Road in Summerfield.
Next 2 days is going to be rough.
Don Austin with the Department of Transportation says trees around Guilford County took a beating during the recent weather. The end result, piles and piles of debris on the side of the road.
Ice, no telling which way it'll fall. The top might just break out. It might just be a limb with the tree. Yeah, I got to go check on another tree.
It wasn't too long before Don received his next call. This tree fell on Winnie Road, just blocks from where Don and his crew were clearing debris.
We'll haul it off to the landfill and stuff, which they'll probably make into mulch. A lot of times, if we can, we might push it back up into the woods.
While Don figures out ways to get rid of debris, one thing's for sure, he'll be happy when he says goodbye to the cold weather.
Forget spring, I'm ready for summer.
Now, road crews haven't determined whether they'll be out tonight. That depends on the weather. Coming up tonight at 6, you'll hear from another department who's stepping in to help remove these trees from the road. Live in Greensboro, Brandon Jones, Fox 8 News.
Thank you, Brandon. Fox 8 is on your side. The Insurance Information Institute says one of the most common questions it gets is who's responsible if a neighbor's tree falls on your yard? Well, your standard home insurance policy does cover damage from falling trees. It doesn't matter if the tree was actually growing on your property. If it lands on your home, you should file a claim with your insurance company. Now, if your tree falls on someone else's property, your neighbor should file the claim, and then the neighbor's insurance company may try to get payment from your insurer, and if that happens, you may not have to pay the deductible. The only thing that may not be covered, the cost to remove the tree. You should check your policy for that. And if a tree damages a car, that is usually covered under your car insurance policy.
People around here used to call tobacco North Carolina's cash crop, but move over golden leaf truffles made right here in North Carolina could be the next big thing. The high price they sell for and how local farmers are making this exotic crop work.
Plus, you've heard the phrase bored to death. Why doctors say there might be some truth to that old saying.
I'm Danny Harnan at Daytona International Speedway, and for today's Fox 8 Pit, we head to the pits. Many of these guys working on the pit crews, former college football players, and boy, are they ripped.